like we normally have people compete against like, oh, whose is better in like this category or better competitive, that sort of thing. If you want to get the details on that, you can join our Discord, which I can send in the chat here. That'll give you all information about our club, and we're still deciding on the meeting time, and if you click on that soon, then you'll be able to vote on that. So if you have any questions, you can let me know. Thanks.
Looks like I made it just in time. How you doing, Coulter?
Are you Connor?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hi, Connor. All right. So my question for Garnet Game Jammers is, do you have, or how's your semester going to be impacted by COVID?
So we're planning to have all of our meetings virtually. We're thinking about using Discord to have the meetings.
So you're for students that like to play all types of games, video games and in-person board games.
Yeah, it's for making games, yes.
Making games. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's go next with EWB. We have, or Engineers Without Borders. We have 2 students from that organization. So I'll let you to take the screen.
All right, well, just a little introduction about us. Engineers Without Borders is a national organization that has chapters, both student and professional, sort of nationwide. And our chapter in particular is partnered with a really small community in Ecuador. It's called El Cedro. It's sort of in the southernmost portion of it. We've been working with them for the past 5 years or so on their water systems. So from their water pipeline to water treatment and storage solutions for the community. We're currently working, so COVID interrupted our plans for what would have been a in-person trip to Ecuador in January, which is now going to be more of a remote implementation trip. And so while a lot of civil engineers gravitate toward our organization, we are open to all students, all engineering majors. If you're interested in international work, just general project planning. We're also always looking for Spanish speakers because translating documents, especially now, is going to be a really big part of what we're doing for our project. So yeah, Aaron, if you had anything else you wanted to add about it?
To add to that, we're also looking for more public health members. I've been reaching out to the public health department at school, and if you have any friends or you have an interest in public health and you're an engineering major, that could be really useful as well. If you want to get involved, you can find us on Garnet Gate, and I'll add you to the email list. I'm the club secretary, so I'll get you all the information you need once you send us that link.
And as far as our meetings this semester, we are tentatively planning on mostly virtual meetings and then possibly some outdoor, socially distanced meetings as needed to sort of let people have more face-to-face time and some more in-person work that needs to be done with different documents and things like that, and maybe social events outside. But if you connect with us on Garnet Gate, you'll get all the information about those events.
So I do have a question. The trip, you all usually go on a trip every year to actually do something in Ecuador. What do you do the rest of the year?
Yeah, great question. So there's obviously a lot of planning involved in making these trips successful. There's certain reports we have to write and submit to the national organization for them to sort of approve our trip. There's also a lot of fundraising that goes on since we are a totally self-funded club, especially for travel expenses. It can really get expensive. So working with sort of local outreach for sponsorship for our trips and other sort of grant applications, things like that. We've had a couple students participate in the Magellan program. So partnering with undergraduate research for funding. And in the past, we've also had water treatment research going on in the civil lab. Unfortunately, that can't happen this semester, but those are some things that we do have done in the past. And we're also looking into finding more local projects to sort of give more options for the semester.
That's a good plan. One last question. Can you tell us the last time that EWB went to Ecuador, what was the project that you worked on? What did you do?
Yeah, I was actually on that trip. It was this past January, so January 2020. Thankfully, we were able to go right before all of this hit, and we sort of had two main goals for the trip. The first was monitoring and evaluation for some previous work that had been done on the water pipeline. So looking at the progress that the community had made in spots where it had eroded, the pipeline had eroded pretty badly, where it has just been buried underground and over time come to be exposed. And then some hangings and like tension support for the pipeline that had been sagging in like multiple spots. So monitoring how they had been repairing those and like the designs that we gave them to do that. And then we're also able to give out a point of view sort of small household water filter for each household and explain sort of the use of those and just sort of maintenance for that, and also doing some assessment for a new water storage unit, because in the dry season there they can typically like suffer from just like shortage of water. And this tank that we're hoping to implement on our next trip, just getting the layout for that and surveying done.
That's cool. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Engineers Without Borders. The next organization would be the Gamecock Firsters with Zach.
Good afternoon. I'm Zachary Wells. I'm with Gamecock Firsters. So what we do is we host a high school level robotics team here at the university where homeschool students come and build robots to compete in a competition called First Tech Challenge that goes up to the international level. In this club, we help teach them how to design and how to program robots to successfully navigate game obstacles, as well as achieve certain tasks like putting a cube into a basket or something. Right now, we're still working on the logistics of it, considering that considering the global pandemic right now. But if you're interested in mentoring or helping us mentor some high school age students to eventually become engineers, you can reach out to me at zwells@email.sc.edu. That's my school email. And I can hook you up with some more information about it and get you into the logistics meeting for it.
Great, thanks. So just to make sure we all got it straight, Gamecock Firsters aren't really necessarily the ones building a robot. You're mentoring high school students that are building a robot, right?
Correct. We have been looking into recently starting a VexU team. Vex is another robotics competition, and it's VexU is a university-specific one. But we haven't been able to figure out the logistics on how to get that up and running yet. So if you're interested in that, feel free to contact me and we can put you on an interest list for that.
Great, thanks. So it's definitely possible that we have students from our Gamecock Firsters team that are high school students coming to USC and then mentoring students that are on the team they used to be on.
Correct. We actually have two of those. One of them is going to be transferring here next year, but one is already going to USC right now, and he is going to help out with the team eventually.
Great. So you actually get to do engineering, computing, and a little bit of teaching.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, cool. Thank you, Zach. So next up, we have John with Theta Tau. who is also on the horseshoe.
Yes, I'm also on the horseshoe. I see you over there.
Hi.
Terrible joke. So yeah, I'm John Cooley. I am president of Theta Tau. I'm not the recruitment chair. So if I botch this presentation, blame me, not our recruitment committee. The reason we don't have a recruitment chair doing this right now is because we're actually, go ahead and get this out of the way, we're actually not accepting new students this semester, which might be controversial or contradictory to the purposes of this meeting. But I wanted to still get our name out here this semester, just in case there's any students out there who are looking to join next semester. The pandemic's kind of made this a little complicated for us. Our pledges never finished their process last semester, so we chose to continue with them this semester. But again, next semester, we will be having Rush. So who we are is we're a co-ed professional engineering fraternity, and we focus on three things. We focus on service, profession, and brotherhood. So we focus on serving our communities, local high schools. We actually work with the Vex Robotics team at the Firsters. Well, we don't work with them, but we work with, we work for Vex sometimes. So that's an example of like a service that we do to our community. We adopted a section of highway. All of our members are required to get around 8 to 10 hours of service each semester. We also hold like resume workshops, career fair prep, and you're surrounded by like-minded individuals within engineering. So that really helps you form connections. And a lot of the internships and opportunities that I've had throughout my career, I don't think I would have gotten without Theta Tau. It really is like the end-all be-all way to propel your career forward while also making like lifelong friends, because the third pillar was brotherhood. Again, I'm not the recruitment chair, but yeah, so we're a fraternity, but we're first and foremost a engineering fraternity. So we focus on first service and profession, and then all of us come together and we hang out. We're friends, you know. It's 46 members, I believe now, 51% male, 49% female. I think I have those numbers correct. Don't quote me on those. We do have a few membership requirements. You have to be of 2.5 GPA or greater upon joining. 8 hours of service each semester, and our dues are around $200 per semester. Again, unfortunately, we're not holding Rush for fall 2020 this semester, but I implore you to keep an eye on our Instagram at Theta Tau ZD, or our website of the same lingo, and be on the lookout for next semester's Rush schedule. Did I miss anything, Stephanie?
I think that's all really good. I think it can be a little bit confusing for new students. So do you rush your fraternity just like you would a Greek life fraternity or sorority?
So first of all, you can be in both. You can be in a social fraternity or sorority and Theta Tau. Theta Tau is classified as a professional fraternity. So the way our Rush process works is 10 weeks long, and we do have an interview process. So it's about, I think, 5 brother interviews per week. And then you have to do study hours as well, which is all of the pledges in one room, studying with, and brothers going in and out too. And I think those are the only requirements. It's nowhere near as, I don't want to use the word intimidating as social Rush or pledging, I mean, but our Rush process is a 2-week-long process. And that has about 4 or 5 events. Normally we have like a game night on the horseshoe, like, you know, cornhole, can jam, or we'll hold it in the Russell House game room, where you can just meet all of us and talk to us. But with COVID, it's kind of hard to reconcile that. And we couldn't come up with a plan fast enough for going virtual that we felt comfortable with. I feel like I just kind of evaded your question. Did that answer your question?
No, that's good. So it's similar in structure to a social fraternity or sorority, but probably not as intense and
Correct.
A lot more focused on, like, maybe not a lot more, but very much focused on academics and the service and the brotherhood.
Correct. Our motto stated in our Constitution is that we look for the best possible engineers, and then we look for the best possible brothers. So it is first and foremost a professional.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. Okay, that helps a lot. All right, so I think we have gotten through and spoken to all of the clubs. Is there anything anyone would like to add after you've heard everyone else talk? Okay, so with that being said, I just want to say thank you to all of you for coming today. I am very happy you all were able to make it, and I hope that we can get through this semester and get some students involved in clubs. It's really important. So hope you all have a great afternoon, and we'll see you around. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, where can
Thank you.
these videos
Goodbye.
be found?
Oh.
Sorry?
Where can the videos be found?